Hi, I'm Abby. Welcome to my channel, Abby's Big Ideas. Did you know that paint is the #1 cheapest way to redecorate a room? You can change the paint color so easily and really dramatically change the look of the entire room. Today I'll show you step by step my easy methods for painting any room. Y'all, I am not a professional painter. I've just painted a lot of rooms. I've done a ton of DIY. My husband and I have remodeled several homes. So this is just based on my own personal experience. Again, not a professional, but I am a professional DIYer. Is that a word? DIYer? Before you begin painting, you need to protect your floors and furniture and other things that are around the wall that could accidentally get paint splashed on them. All you'll need is a drop cloth and some tape. Don't buy the really cheap flimsy drop cloth. Buy at least a 1mm or 2mm drop cloth so it has some thickness to it, because the other ones just tear way too easily. And then you'll want to use some painter's tape. This is the Scotch 3M painter's tape. I'm sure there's other good brands out there. This is just the one I'm using. I don't know if this is the way the professionals do it, but I have a method that I use that works for me, and I've painted a lot of rooms. First of all, this is a small little bathroom that we're painting today, so I'm not gonna unroll the entire roll, because if you start unrolling the entire thing, then it's gonna just be everywhere and it's gonna make a big mess. So it's manageable when it's folded up. Once you unfold this thing, it just sort of explodes. So we're gonna cut it the length of our wall and then just unroll a little bit of it. I'll show you. So just unroll how much of this you need to get to the end of your wall. And then right here, when I get to the end of my baseboard, I'm going to just cut the excess drop cloth. And then we will use some more of this on the other side. Pull out and unfold part of it, about halfway, like this. Line up your drop cloth with the edge of your baseboard. Here's where the tape comes in. Unrolling big sections at a time. Put the tape on the edge of the baseboard. Now smooth it out and tape it down, making sure that it covers that baseboard, because we're gonna paint all the way down to this line and we don't want to get paint on our baseboard. Next, take the drop cloth and gently tape it to the bottom of the tape. Now we have created a seal where the paint is not going to seep under here and the drop cloth is protecting our floor. The top part of the tape is protecting our baseboards. So no paint is getting under there, and it will make cleanup a breeze. We've already removed the light switch plates, plug plates, and the towel bars. Okay, we're ready to start painting. This is the fun part. Here are some of the tools that you will need. First off, of course, is our paint. I am using Sherwin-Williams Duration paint. I am not sponsored by Sherwin-Williams, but I love their paint. And this Duration will last and last. You can clean it really easily. It's perfect for any room, but especially kitchens and bathrooms, because they take the most abuse as far as, you know, getting wet and things like that. It just holds up really well. So Duration paint is my paint of choice. Next up, you'll need a paint roller and some roller covers. You'll probably just need one of these, but I went ahead and bought a 2-pack. I like to always keep some on hand for any time I start a painting project. And this is a 3/8 inch nap 9-inch roller, suitable for all paint surfaces. Pro tip, invest in a high quality paintbrush. If you keep it clean after each project, it will last you a long time and be well worth the money you spend. You want the bristles to be somewhat stiff and you want it to be angled. This is a 1.5 inch angled brush. You can tell it's well loved, but it's still in great condition because I make sure to keep it clean between each use, and it has been a worthwhile investment. I never start a painting project without having these two things on hand: paper towels and wet wipes. I always keep these nearby in case I have a little boo-boo or a spill. If you accidentally get some paint somewhere that you didn't mean to, especially like if you get it on the trim or on the ceiling even, you can quickly wipe it with a baby wipe and it'll come off. If you let it dry, it's gonna be harder to get off. So you wanna have these on hand. As soon as you see the boo-boo, just wipe it off. Oh yeah, and one more thing, a strong cup of coffee. Okay, let's get started. Your paint store should give you one of these sticks. Use it to stir the paint really well. Make sure it gets all mixed up. I like to keep a paper plate handy to set down my brush when I'm not using it. When you're ready to start painting, pour some paint into a disposable cup. Okay, now that we have prepped everything, we are ready to start painting. And we'll be using our angled brush. And as I mentioned, I like to pour my paint into just a throwaway cup. That way, when I get on my ladder, I only just have to hold this little cup. It's easy to carry around versus just carrying around a paint can. And when we're done, we can pour the excess back in the paint can and throw away the cup. Step 1, cutting in. We're gonna use the edge of this paintbrush, the pointy part up, to cut in or paint around the ceiling. We're also going to paint around the outlets and switches. It doesn't have to be super neat because the switch plate's gonna go back over this. We just need to get the paint color around the edge of the outlet. Okay, it has been a couple of hours, and as you can see, I have finished cutting in all around the edges, around the ceiling, around the door frame, and now the last part, we're gonna do the baseboards. This part will be really easy. What you wanna do is just use a little paint, not a ton, because you don't want it to seep under your tape, and just do a quick coat across where that tape is. That saves us a ton of time, and when we tear it off, it'll have a nice clean line. The next step, we are going to use our roller to roll the sections in between where we cut in. So this is the fastest and messiest part. So you wanna make sure that you have your floors covered, that you're wearing old clothes like me. These are my paint clothes that I normally paint in. And this part will go really fast. Once we finish rolling, we're essentially done. Then we just have to clean up our mess. Place a tray liner into your roller tray. This way, you can reuse the tray over and over again. Now we'll pour the paint into the roller tray. We just finished painting this room, and now is the best time to actually peel back that tape down on the baseboard. You don't want to wait until it's completely dry. You definitely don't want to wait longer than a day or overnight, because when it completely dries and cures, your paint may chip away a little bit as you remove that tape. So painter's tape, it's best to remove it when your paint is still a little bit wet. So let's go ahead and remove our painter's tape and we can start the cleanup process. Look at that nice, clean line. Perfect. All right, we are done painting. I think that this room is going to be beautiful. The paint is still drying and we've got more work to do. If you want to see our video of the completed bathroom, you can click on the iCard that'll be right here. Thanks for joining me and happy painting. Bye.